dear children, in the last video we have seen about the advice that have given by Mahatma Gandhi to Miss Vijayalakshmi Pandit, and in her article that she had given to a Reader's Digest when she was the High Commissioner of India in Britain, United Kingdom. In that article she marked that the advice of Mahatma Gandhi when her husband had died in that struggling situation to survive, when she has no one with her, when she has no rights on the family property, when she has no idea what to do with the two daughters, when she has no rights on the family property and she has no support from the husband's family, and when she was angry on her own family, when on this situation Mahatma Gandhi had given an advice to Ms. Vijayalakshmi Pandit, and how the advice that helped her to achieve success in her life, to control her anger, to solve problems, to deal with problems. These all things we see in the last video. Along with that, we have seen another incident that when she was in a meeting, when she was the High Commissioner at that time, while she was participating in a conference with the people about regarding the treatment of Indian origin people in South Africa. About this issue, while they were talking, and how she reacted and how suddenly her reactions and Indian side's attitude how changed with the help of Mahatma Gandhi's advice that she received long years ago. These all things, and how she solved her problem with the opposition party, and how she went and asked to forgive her attitude if it hurted him. These all things we have seen in the last video, and in today's video we are continuing the lesson. So let us continue. His words have helped me retain perspective even in small matters. Many women, I imagine, share with me a recurring nightmare. Someone important to you is coming to dine with the guests have arrived. It is time to eat, but there is no dinner. You wake perspiring, relieved to find it is only a dream. So, Vijayalakshmi Pandit is saying that the advice of Mahatma Gandhi not only helped her in that one situation, but it had helped in many different situations. She is saying an incident, many women are going and telling her about a dream, a scary nightmare. What from someone which is very much important for our family is coming to our home for a dinner. At that time, there is nothing to give to eat as dinner for them. That one terrible situation that a woman can understand so fastly. A girl can understand that one situation when she is a wife, she is a like she is a woman of that family. At that time, when someone is coming to have dinner in our home and there is nothing to give for them for dinner, that situation a woman can understand. That one struggling situation, many women shared with her. This nightmare was like it was a scary dream for many women that many ladies, many girls, many women shared with Vijayalakshmi Pandit. So suddenly they wake up when they see this dream. Suddenly by that struggle, by that tension, suddenly they wake up and they realize it was a dream only. So about this nightmare, many women shared with Ms. Vijayalakshmi Pandit. But recently, it really happened to me. So this was a nightmare which is listened from many other ladies. But here Vijayalakshmi Pandit is saying, until I listened, until it was happening to me, it was only a nightmare for me. But the same situation happened to me also. My guests of honor, the Prime Minister of Great Britain and Lady Eden, could hardly have been more important to me, High Commissioner for India in the United Kingdom. I had planned everything meticulously from the menu to the color scheme of the flowers and the candles. When the guests had arrived and the drinks had been passed twice, I signaled the butler to announce dinner. But still we waited. When for the third time drinks came round, I excused myself and ran downstairs to the kitchen. So once the Prime Minister of Great Britain and some officers came for dinner in Miss Vijayalakshmi's home. Already she arranged the beautiful dinner for them. She arranged the best which was having the scheme of the flowers and the candles, which means the most beautiful dinner she had arranged for them. But what happened here? We see a comedy incident, along with that some realization that she got with the help of Mahatma Gandhi's advice, that we are going to see in this incident. So everyone came, the great officers, they came for dinner. Twice she arranged everything, twice she shared drinks, she given drinks for them. Two times drinks arrived, and after the drinks she told to the butler to arrange the dinner, to take the food to the table. But they waited for some time, the dinner not yet come. Again they had drinks for the third time, and after that also dinner was not coming. She just told excuse me to them, she excused herself, and she went into the kitchen to see why the food is not coming. To see that, she went into the kitchen. It presented a shocking sight. In one corner stood a frightened little kitchen maid, in another the housekeeper. At the table sat my cook, waving a ladle and singing, beating time with his food. His eyes were glazed, and he was far away in some other sphere. The table was littered with pieces of chicken. She went to kitchen. What she had seen there was a shocking vision for her. She saw in one side the kitchen maid, the helper in the kitchen is standing there, and another one side in the corner housemaid is standing, and on the table, on a chair beside the table, our cook is sitting completely drunk, no consciousness at all. Chicken pieces are scattered everywhere on the table. That one situation we can imagine. Guest is there to have dinner. The guests, they came to have the dinner. At that time, our cook who wants to give the food, he is completely drunk, full fit. We can imagine what is the situation there. My knees felt too weak to support me, but I asked in as normal as voice as I could command, why isn't the dinner ready? She was feeling like exhausted. Her knees was not able to carry herself. Like that, she was feeling like gone. Everything had gone. Like that, she was feeling. But even though she asked to the people, why the dinner isn't ready? Why dinner is not ready? She asked. She commanded. Like a command, she asked to the cook. But it is ready, madam. My cook chanted. All ready. Everybody sit down, sit down. So when she asked why the dinner is not ready, the cook said, everything is ready, madam. Don't worry. Already all of you come sit. We can have dinner. He has no consciousness at all. He became like a drunkard, no consciousness at all. So he's speaking like everyone comes around, like how the drunk people, how they talk. I was furious. It was on the tip of my tongue to say, get out, you are dismissed. When I thought of the counsel that had calmed me so many times, if I lost control, I would only hurt me. When she listened to that, she was frustrated. She became too much angry, and on the tip of her tongue, that is there, you are dismissed, get out from my home. To the cook, she wanted to say that, but what she had practiced in those long years, with the help of the advice of Mahatma Gandhi, suddenly she reminded that, she revised that thought. If I get angry, if I lost my control, I would only hurt myself. When I get angry, I am hurting myself. I pulled myself together. Let's get something on the table. She left the tissue. She went to the housemaid, and the housekeeper was there. The maid and housekeeper is there. She went to them and she told them, we can do something. Let's get something on the table. We can take some food on the table. Everyone pitched in. The food served wasn't quite what the menu described, but when I told my guests what had happened, there was a chorus of surprise. If this what your cook gives you when he's drunk, someone exclaimed, what must he provide sober? So they have taken something, what was their balance, they have taken to the table, and they had food. While they were having that, dinner was not at like delicious, because what she told you to prepare, that those things were might be not ready, because the cook was already completely was fit, so he was unable to do all those things. So the dinner was not at not so good what she had described in the menu. But even though she had served all the food, and while they were having food, she told to everyone what had happened there in the kitchen. And when she told, everyone laughed. It was like a surprise for her. She thought that they may get some angry and all, because they are guest of honor, so she should treat them very well. But when she told these things what had happened there, everyone laughed, and they said, this, when he is drunk, this is your cook is providing to us. Like, by saying some comedies, they laughed nicely. The relief in my laughter must have sounded a little hysterical. My perspective restored. I realized that a dinner party, however important, is not the pivot of existence. To retain a sense of proportion is as important as being able to keep one's heart free from hatred. For all of us, no matter what our work, the advice Gandhiji gave me is meaningful. No one can harm you except yourself. No one can harm you but yourself. So the relief when all laughed, what she had got the relaxation, that relief was something very much important for her. She realized one small, like a dinner party, that is not, it's not about the survival of that in or survival in that place. It's just a party only, and we can clear all those problems. So instead of getting angry, instead of hurting ourselves, instead of keeping that hate feeling in our mind, it's better to solve, better to leave all those problems, because whenever you lose your control, you are hurting yourself. No one else can hurt you but yourself. So it is important, which in the last paragraph, in the 25th paragraph, Ms. Vijayalakshmi Pandit is giving as a message, it is important to keep the balance in our life. It's important to keep the sense, it's important to keep the proportion of sense, but at the same time we have to keep our heart free from hatred. We should not hate anyone, we should not keep angry in our heart on anyone, because whenever you keep angry in your mind, whenever keep hatred in your hatred in your mind, you are harming yourself. This is the message Ms. Vijayalakshmi Pandit giving us through this lesson. I hope you understood this chapter. The notes of the chapter will be given in the description box. Thank you. Take care. Bye.